A gruesome double murder in Devil's Den State Park has shattered the peace of Northwest Arkansas, leaving two young girls to face an unthinkable loss. So today we're diving into the chilling details of this crime and the intense manhunt for a killer that's still on the loose. I'm Joseph Morris with my sidekick Archie. Please like and subscribe for more true crime cases. So on July 26, 2025, a warm Saturday afternoon turned into a nightmare for the Brink family. Clinton David Brink, 43, and Kristen Amanda Brink, 41, had recently moved to Prairie Grove, Arkansas, from South Dakota, seeking a new chapter with their daughters, aged 7 and 9. They were hiking the Devil's Den Trail, a 1.5-mile loop weaving through thick pines and rocky bluffs, when terror struck out of nowhere. In a shocking moment straight out of a horror film, Clinton and Kristen were stabbed multiple times in front of their children on this hike, seemingly out of the blue. Their bodies were left lifeless on the dirt path. The attack was so brutal that it left no chance for survival. Their daughters, however, miraculously escaped, likely saved by their parents' desperate fight to protect them. A gut-wrenching act of bravery. The killer just vanished into the park's dense wilderness, leaving clues that police are now chasing with relentless focus. Arkansas State Police released a composite sketch and a separate grainy photo of the suspect. He was described as a white male with a medium build. He wore a long sleeve shirt with rolled up sleeves, dark pants, a dark baseball cap, and sunglasses. An outfit that felt more like a disguise than, well, hiking gear. And he stood out. His gear was outright strange. I mean, it was a black backpack with a mesh duffel bag over it and fingerless weightlifting gloves, far from typical for a hiker. So one commenter online wrote that the bag underneath is a High Sierra brand loop backpack. The brand is commonly sold at JCPenney's, Kohl's, Costco, and possibly more, all places you are likely to give personal info or carry a card or membership to. So, I mean, this bag that they linked, this sleuth linked, seems like it's pretty accurate. I mean, the loopholes all match up, as well as the gray marks on the sleeves of the backpack all seem to line up. And I mean, the guy's wearing a backpack underneath this sort of duffel bag that's wrapped around the backpack. So he's wearing two bags at once. Online sleuths are also putting the sketch through artificial intelligence. I think this one is ChatGPT to create a more realistic version of the sketch. And other sleuths have found the shirt that the person in the image was wearing and appears to be a North Face t-shirt. I mean, this lines up pretty close to what the person in the photograph was wearing. I mean, there is the back of the shirt. You can see a square logo underneath that appears to have some blue and red outline. And if you look at this image, it appears to be almost the exact same shirt. I mean, it pretty much is identical. So hopefully this can lead to a break in the case. Now let's shift to the suspect's car, a critical lead with details that stand out. So a witness interviewed on Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi, shout out to Tony for this exclusive, saw a black 4-door sedan speeding away from Devil's Den around 1:30 p.m. on July 26. So here's their account. Let's roll the...
I had my back towards the road, heading downhill towards our home, and I heard a car coming through, and it sounded like it was going faster than normal. Mm-hmm. You have your bikers, you have your sports cars, and I always like to just take a look because if they cause a wreck, then yes, I could be a witness. So
sure.
I look over my shoulder just as this car is passing, and it's a black 4-door sedan, quad tips, which would be dual exhaust, 2 tips on both sides of the car, more towards the outside edge of the car than the center. And the exhaust wasn't loud until after it passed my house. He was probably off the accelerator by the time he had passed my house, and I can't confirm whether or not it was a stick shift because he was still stuck in gear as he passed my house. He didn't shift up or down. It sounded like he was in low 4, but I'm starting to think that maybe he was in high 3 as he was passing my house. And he turned the corner. I could hear him turning the corner about half a mile away. The best description I can give is that as it passed, that split-second turn over my shoulder to see the back end of this car, It was a sleek design, angled rear window towards the back of the trunk. Not as much trunk space as like you would say have like in a Chevy Cavalier or a Toyota Corolla. This was like sport, like a sport car luxury model.
One commenter noted that the black rims that this eyewitness saw drive down his street are pretty unique, while a Hyundai owner claimed that's a Kia Stinger. The flat rear and quad tips to the outside, not center, are a dead giveaway. A separate witness reported the car's license plate was covered with duct tape or electrical tape, a glaring sign of premeditation if you ask me. I put up a Kia Stinger here so you guys know what it would look like. So if you've seen this car, contact authorities. I mean, this could also break the case wide open. So other hikers that day sensed something off about what they thought was the suspect. So a couple with their siblings and a dog crossed paths with this guy, and they are like 100% sure it was this guy from the photograph. They were so unnerved by his all black attire and that bulky mesh backpack, which looked absurd for a hike, that they fully remembered this guy. Turns out when they passed him, they just got a gut feeling. He had a cold, piercing stare, which made them feel like he was sizing them up for something sinister. The attack's ferocity suggests Clinton and Kristen fought back fiercely, likely injuring the suspect. Police are now scouring hospitals for anyone with fresh, unexplained wounds, hoping for a DNA match. The investigation is in high gear, with the Devil's Den trailhead still closed as of July 28, 2025, to preserve the crime scene. The FBI is assisting, providing manpower and specialized resources. Police are analyzing potential DNA from the scene and exploring whether Clinton and Kristen were targeted or caught in a random act, because this guy was apparently bleeding, and witness accounts online, I don't know how true they are, said that there was actually blood on the trail. Arkansas State Police urge anyone in the park on July 26 to check cell phone photos, videos, or security footage for the suspect or his car. Northwest Arkansas is buzzing with theories as the community grapples with fear. So I don't think this is true at all. I think this is just sort of like a clickbait news site, but I have seen this suspect being named quite a lot, but I'll read it anyway. Quite Echo News claim the Arkansas State Police have released a composite sketch of a suspect now identified as Michael Allen Roth in connection to the grisly murders of a husband and wife found dead along the hiking trail in Devil's Den State Park. The victims, Clinton Kristen Brink and Kristen Ling Brink, were discovered on July 25, 2025, after their failed return home from a planned hike the previous day. End quote. So this report naming Roth as a local offender is unverified and conflicts with official sources stating the murders occurred on July 26 with no suspect name. But over on Facebook, who I'll link in the description below because I'm getting a lot of my information from this one Facebook group, they actually are putting the images side by side of Roth and the sketch, and I do see a resemblance as well here. And given the fact that he is a known S offender in the region, I think the cops need to take a closer look at this guy. And of course, Travis Decker, a fugitive wanted for killing his 3 daughters in Washington State, which is very far away from Arkansas. One user speculated, however, that he could be linked to Devil's Den due to his history of evading capture in rugged areas. Police, however, have not connected Decker to this case, but these rumors show how desperate the community is for answers. Colonel Mike Haggard stressed, "We are using all available resources to apprehend the suspect and bring him to justice as locals rally to help." So Archie left me because he's way too hot sitting up here, but we have talked this over, and in our view, this crime was absolutely no random act. It feels like it was meticulously planned. The taped license plate, all black outfit, fingerless gloves, and that double backpack, which was most likely to aid in the murder, point to someone who thought out every single detail. Stabbing Clinton and Kristen in front of these girls as they were just trying to enjoy this hike that they most likely were under the impression that it'll be completely safe. I mean, this to me is unheard of, shows a chilling disregard for potential witnesses. I mean, because this was pretty well-known hiking trail. It suggests a killer with a specific motive in mind, which was to find them on that path and murder them. Those 2 young girls deserve justice, and with public tips and forensic evidence mounting, I believe police are closing in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Devil's Den murders, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below because I read every single one. Bye guys.